A picture-perfect evening at the Emirates turned unexpectedly fraught. The stands were buzzing as Eberechi Ez strode out for his unveiling, fans on their feet, and Arsenal looked irresistible on paper and pitch. By the final whistle, the scoreboard read 5-2, a result that on any other night would have been celebrated as emphatic progress, but the mood didn't stay jubilant. Moments after scoring and celebrating, Bukayo Saka collapsed to the turf and was helped straight down the tunnel, his face the kind of grimace that leaves the whole stadium holding its breath. In a matter of seconds, what had been a statement win turned into a problem that could define the rest of the transfer window. When you strip it back, the numbers barely tell the whole story. Victor Gyökeres and Jirion Timber each found the net twice, and the new signings presentation added a feel-good layer. Yet football isn't played on paper, it's played on bodies. A significant hamstring scare for Saka isn't just one player missing. It forces the manager, the recruitment team, and the board to answer an urgent question. Do you go back into the market and bring in cover, or do you trust the players already at the club to weather a storm? This isn't theoretical. Arsenal have precedent. Earlier in the window, Kai Havertz's knee problem prompted swift movement, and Eze's arrival came in that context. Now the clock is ticking again, and decisions will have to balance short-term need with long-term strategy. Tactically, losing Saka affects more than goals and assists. He is a unique blend of directness and positional intelligence, a player who stretches defences and provides consistent moments of magic. On paper, Mikel Arteta has options. Leandro Trossard and Gabriel Martinelli can drift into his role, and Eze's creative movement offers new shapes, but options are not always ideal replacements. Trossard has been inconsistent on the left, and Martinelli's form fluctuates. Both can fill minutes but may not replicate Saka's relentless threat over a sustained period. The alternative is to adjust formation, to protect the midfield or to push Eze into a more prominent attacking slot, but every adjustment invites risk and time for adaptation, something scarce if a long-term injury materialises. Off the pitch, the chatter becomes louder. Who can realistically be signed now? Names are already circulating, from Lyon's exciting youngster Malik Fofana to speculative loans for established names like Rodrigo. Any late move has to pass several tests. Availability, willingness to move on short notice, fit within Arteta's tactical system, and crucially, the club's appetite to spend under financial fair play guardrails. There's also the dressing room dynamic to consider. Bringing in a big-name temporary fix might placate fans and cover the immediate gap, but it could also disrupt the cohesion built this summer. Conversely, standing pat sends a message of faith in the squad, but faith can be costly if points are dropped while waiting for a player to return. Medical timelines are the hinge on which all of this swings. A short-term hamstring issue can be managed internally with rest and rehab. A Grade 2 or Grade 3 tier pushes the club toward emergency recruitment. Arteta's public response was measured. He underlined the need to wait for assessments, but measured comments in public don't change the urgency felt behind closed doors. The sports science team will be running scans, specialists will be consulted, and within days the club will have a clearer picture. Until that point, rumours will multiply and the market will smell the opening. For Arsenal fans, the moment is a test of temperament. There's relief in the scoreline and optimism in how the team played, but realism demands contingency planning. If Arteta and Edu decide to act, they face a set of constrained high-stakes choices that could ripple through the season. Spend now to secure immediate cover, or preserve resources and trust the internal solution. Either path carries consequences for the title race, European ambitions, and the club's identity. So where does that leave us? The simplest honest answer is, we wait for the scan but we watch the market. Arsenal's response in the next 48-72 hours will reveal not just transfer strategy but intent. Do they treat this as a season-defining emergency or a bump in the road to be managed internally? The Emirates feels confident enough after a 5-0 night, yet there's a sudden, sharp edge to the conversation. Whatever happens next will say as much about the club's ambition as any signing in August ever could. Fans should brace for headlines, expect debate, and above all, watch how Arteta chooses to turn this taste into a statement. What would you do if he were in charge right now? Replace immediately. or trust the squad? Drop your take and tell us why.